What's up, guys? It's Jay from Halloween Collectors Connection, and today is a huge day. We received the Halloween 2 Micheal Myers exclusive from Spirit Halloween. We're gonna unbox it together and put it together for you. As you can see, the box is honestly pretty unique and cool. Typically, Spirit has the black boxes with the photo. It looks like being a licensed prop that they're going with a new look. It's honestly pretty amazing. You have the graphic on the side telling you and illustrating what he does. So it has the arm moves in the stabbing motion, and then the Halloween themed music plays. We've heard about that from the other unboxings. And then you see the head moves side to side for realistic motion. Arm moves, plays music, and it stands at 6'3" when it's all put together. And from other unboxing videos, we have seen that the head is SERVO. So that is a very exciting prediction that Spirit may lead into that going forward. So I do appreciate you guys watching the video, and here we go. All right, guys, and so we're gonna open this up together. I have seen that it's all one piece, so what we're actually gonna do is flip it on its side so we can pull it straight out, making it easier for everything to come out at one time. And here we go. It's so great that they have the mechanism that you can just pull straight out now and you're not pulling random items. So we have the clothing and the instructions in the Ziploc bag. So we will open this just to make sure we have all of Micheal's pieces. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the shoulder frame. So we have that, which is labeled I. And then we're going to get the waist frame. No, this is the hip loop. The hip loop, labeled G. All right, guys, I apologize for that. I was pulling the hip loop and I didn't realize that there were so many zip ties in the boxes nowadays, since I have not done a unboxing in a very long time. So you can see that there are 8 zip ties to the box to get all of the pieces out of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble it on the deck and go through all of the features. So just to make sure that we have all of the parts, I have the list and we're going to go through them all just to make sure nothing is missing and we don't have to contact the zombie tech squad. So here we go. We have A for the base, B, curvy pull, C, straight pull, D, curvy pull, which is very uncommon, I think, but they're not labeled. I don't know if we went away from that or what happened, so I'm glad we have this. And so we have E as the pull with, I don't know, some kind of like maneuver on it. And then we have F as the waist frame. That is also part of the control module. You can see even in transit, it looks like it got scraped up a little bit because it looks like there's not much packaging inside the box. Sad to see, but let's move on from that. And so we have G, the waist frame. We have J and K for the arms. And then we have H, which is the torso frame that makes him move side to side. And then we have L, which is in here. It would be the adapter. M and N are his shoes. His shoes are honestly a hard plastic, but they're made pretty well. I'm so glad that they're not plastic like we see with the clowns. You can see they're made pretty well, so I believe that they're pretty durable through the weather. You never know with Halloween. It could rain. It looks like they're gonna hold up for actually many years to come. So that actually looks like a very positive thing that they did on this make and model. And so what we have is O and P, which are the hands that you can see. They actually look pretty lifelike. They are plastic, but you can see like the knuckle colors and even the veins in the hand. Even compare it, I know my hand is pretty ugly out here, but you can see that the detail is there. There's a little scratch there. The knife I actually look like. It's a very nice metallic gray with, it looks to be like blood spatter on the knife. It's great to see some attention to detail, and the hands look pretty spot on, so I can't really be sad about that or disappointed. They look to be pretty well made from the mold. And so what we have next is Q, R, and S, and it looks like those should be in this package that you unzip. That gives you all the tools and everything you would need to put on. It looks like you have the costume, then you have the black inside liner, and then you have the tool bag, or well, the sandbag, and it requires a Phillips screwdriver. And so let's take out the actual costume and see how that will go. And the costume, actually, I'm very impressed with the costume. It's a very high grade material. It has some, it looks like wounds in the costume and blood spatter. I would relate this to like costume type material, like what we would use if we wanted to replicate a Micheal Myers costume. I'm pretty impressed. So they do have holes, multiple all over the costume. And I'm going to pull the box over here really quickly, just so we have the adapter. And then we have the plastic bag. And then we have the head, which I explained earlier. We understand that it is, just to make sure there's nothing else in the box. You can see all the zip ties. We can unravel this head, and like we saw earlier, we understand that it is SERVO. Nice additional hairnet. So it is SERVO. So you see the eyes, pretty detailed. So it looks like we have some blood, faint, dripping from the eyes in an offsetting color. And the servo is there. So In my eyes, we will have to put him together to see how he is moving and doing the movements. The mask itself, I don't know. I believe it's more of like a 6 out of 10. I believe there's many remakes on the market that you could probably put over this and it would make it a better looking Myers. So for the price of $279.99 with the 20% off coupon, you're looking at $260. I mean, let's make sure it's worth it, and we'll go through the animation next. But he looks to be pretty good. All right, let's get to the good part. All right, guys, and let's get into the part everybody wanted to see, the formation and the animation of Micheal Myers Halloween 2. Let's get into it. So first, we have pole B, which is this one right here. So we're gonna go and put this on the farthest one of the base. Then we're gonna lock this in. All right, guys, and after B and C are into their correct spots, you will put on the shoes. And I actually like what they did with the shoes. They sit very nicely on the base, and now they have these lock-in pins where the shoes are really not gonna move when the prop is in place. They're just gonna rest there and really not move out of position. And that is actually great to see nowadays. And now you can see we added D and E onto the frame, making it taller to his body frame. And the next step was to put on Q, which is Micheal Myers' costume. All right, and next is F. We put on the module frame, but ideally these welds are still not looking the greatest. I know that one popped in easily, but this one, it looks like it's off. And I know I don't put animatronics together daily, but it just doesn't look like the poles were made extremely well, because it's not like sticking. I know it's good for right now, but it's just something to look into, because you can push it, but it just doesn't like stick all the way out. So it's just something to look forward to. It might be a malfunction on mine. All right, and then we just locked in G, which is the hip loop. This one has a lock-in pin. This one just, you push it into the hole. And there you can see we just added part H, which is the torso frame. And there you can see we attached I, the shoulder frame. Oh, and you can see now we're getting to the good stuff. So now we attach part N, which is Michael's head, to the torso frame. And you connect the wires at this time from the head to the control box. And you also have to get your Phillips screwdriver and screw in the screw so it holds the head into place at this time. And you can see we added the black liner onto the shoulder frame. I can't lie, the whole process of putting it together is stressful and for sure takes some time, because you will probably put a wrong piece on and then look at it like this cannot be right. But we are almost complete and we can see Micheal forming, and this gets everybody excited. All right, and so we threaded left arm part J through the sleeve, then we did a right arm part K through the right sleeve, and so we attached the left arm part J onto the left arm, and then we put the right arm part K on the knife on the right arm, and now we're supposed to fill the sandbag Obviously, I have no sand, but that is where it would go to make him sturdy and not fall over. But this is a demo, and we are almost at the grand finale. And look at that cloud. All right, guys, and here we go. All right. So the sound is good. The movement is better than I expected. The servo, you can see it doing the job. I feel like when he's turning, you do hear the motor or the squeakiness a bit. I don't know if that may just be my version or if it's how he was manufactured. I'm going to play it again and try and get you the noise. But I do like how he does stand. So whoever does these for costumes, you are amazing, because this is such easy on how to do it to the control box. You're amazing. So it is the stabbing motion it just sounds a bit loud when he's stabbing. That would be just a small negative about it. But I mean, he actually is pretty good. He is better than I expected. He does look pretty realistic. I thought the mask would look pretty cheap, and it kind of does. But from like when you're sitting down or like a decent amount away, like he does look real. And at nighttime, I think he'll do the job, but he doesn't really light up. So you'll have to have a strobe light or something that is lighting him up so they can see the stabbing motion. But I believe he's an 8 out of 10. The costume, the bass is good. The music, I wish he had some phrases. I know he really doesn't speak that much. I know it's more of the stabbing motion. Maybe the stabbing could be a bit more vicious like the past years with the one in the solid blue suit. That seems to be the one that people love. And then, of course, the Jemmy OG version. But, I mean, it's just a Halloween song. That's basically what it is. But I still think he's better than expected. I've seen some Ghostface unboxings. I like him more than I do Ghostface. For licensing props, I mean, he's pretty solid. So, I hope you guys appreciated the very long unboxing. I know I'm a rookie at it now. I try to go as much into detail for you guys. I think it's still worth the money compared to other props out there, especially like licensed characters. There doesn't seem to be that many this year unless you're going to like Lowe's for like the Haunted Mansion and a few others. I know you have art from Party City and Spirit Halloween. But for Micheal Myers, I think this is a solid choice if you were looking into like horror characters. Like I said, I give it an 8 out of 10. He's solid. So I appreciate you guys watching. And happy Halloween. And stay tuned. Subscribe for the next unboxing. See you guys.